guys. About to start this race up in a second, but we are looking at the first round of the winners bracket finals. Oh, sorry, the winners bracket between was it Slow and Elephant, which is TGDerp and Maniacal versus Slow Guy and Thorneto. I'm really looking forward to this one. One of the rare ones I can com. So, and I'm here with Zeb as well. So, hey Zeb.
Hey Nefty, how you doing?
Yeah, doing pretty well. I think I'm going to learn a lot from this one. Multiworld is complicated in of itself, but when you add full to the mix, it gets a bit crazy. So we'll see what's in store. I noticed the runners before this working on a few really low percent strategies. We saw the high jumpless worst room in the game practice from, I think it was Slow Guy or Thor, and same again with the bot wound crystal flash slip. So those sorts of tricks are more prevalent in full rando. So it looks like that's their mindset, is try and get full go mode when they can. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, do some pretty crazy tricks.
Yeah, I think that you could learn some stuff from this, but I'm not sure that you can learn. So we'll see.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's interesting. There's so many areas, and we're often racing now. So this is to confirm full rando. So that means any item can be anywhere. So we're going to see a lot of checks. Could be a really long, messy seed, or it could be a quick one. But either way, it's going to be a good race. These teams are really, really good. Obviously, to be in the winners' upper bracket is a feat in of itself, and both these runners have a lot of experience. Or both these teams.
I think both of these teams were teams for the randomizer league last year, and I think that both of them made the playoffs. So, and I think that Slow actually made the top 4.
Yeah, that sounds right. And they've just dropped their least favorite member. I imagine that's how it's worked out.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, as remnants of, so these guys have practiced working together previously. We got power bombs as the first item for the
and
player
supers.
1. Supers for player 2.
Early power bombs are pretty nice, and early supers, because you don't have to worry about those specific miners. We'll see if we have to worry about the other kind of miner on each side. But
you mean Billy Mays, I guess?
I'm more talking about just finding power bombs at all. Like, sometimes they can show up really late and be really annoying. So not having to worry about that is good. Yeah,
definitely. And player 1s are able to go check this Billy Mays items, where player 2, no power bombs to do so there, so they're just going to continue down to Awakening Missiles. This is always a nice clear to get out of the way. It's always in the back of your mind of what could be here, especially in a full rando. You know, these items are valuable. But, as we see, probably not relevant. That energy tank could come into effect later, but nothing huge. Nothing huge so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen certain runners skip that item too, which it can be useful to skip that item to conserve power bombs, and it is a bit of a long check, but I really like checking it early, getting the 2 items out of the way.
Yeah, I think it's even more important in this logic, because unless I'm wrong, this is where suits can be or not. I've always got that mixed up. Can suits be in blueprint?
But I don't really know for sure. So
yeah, fair enough. Not that it's all about the suits. You know, we have certain movement items to get to positions, so you could require an ice or a speed or something. But yeah, lots of coverage from player 1's side. I like being on this position where you've got everything out of the way. Player 2s have to keep up with a little bit more of what they've left behind. But a full clear so far from Derp and Slow Guy.
And it looks like neither of them are going to elect to do meme route. I wouldn't mind doing meme route with this loadout. Still have 5 power bombs because they got an extra power bomb pack from Awakening Missiles, and they have supers, so it wouldn't be terrible to go through meme route, but you would miss the Old Mother Brain item.
Yeah, and it's always in the back of your mind, but percentage-wise, it's probably not that huge. My problem with meme route on 5 supers is you've only got 5 chances. High jumps.
It's a good thing that neither of them did meme route, because they would have missed that high jump.
The best item in the game. That's good, very important. But as I was saying, the only problem for me with meme route is low super counts. You don't get many chances at green gauge, so that's a bad player perspective to look at it. I know you get it first try, but some of us can't.
I mean, it's pretty easy, but I know that some people struggle with it. So
I was looking away, it's hard to keep track, but it looks like player 2's got their PBs going back in for the 2:30 play, and we've got a bit of a indirect sync here, everyone at 2:30 or around the area.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of interesting because both of the top two runners did Billy Mays, so the fact that they're so close already, it's kind of curious to me. Not sure. Oh wait, no, they did Bomb Teresa.
No.
Was that Bomb Teresa? All right, yeah.
Yeah,
that makes so
Bomb
much
Teresa
more
still
sense.
left.
Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. This is another idea as well. Not that it could be a factor because they don't have enough power bombs, but checking the back of Gauntlet gives you 2 checks out of the 3. And even if you could clear the front, say they had 10, there's arguments that you don't bother with that. You know, you just try and see as much as you can. I know that you and I have different opinions on that idea, but it looks like everyone can check the back of Gauntlet, which is going to give us a lot of coverage. And nothing there, nothing amazing so far.
Yeah, checking the 2 items in the back is pretty good. It is annoying that you miss out on the front item, and if you have 10 power bombs, there isn't really much of a better time to route it in than at the beginning. Yeah. If you do eventually want to get it, but if it's kind of a calculated skip, then I think it makes sense.
Slow guy getting cranky at the high jump Alcatraz, and actually right what we're talking about is going to come into effect here, I believe. I think Derp is making the play for front of Gauntlet where Slow guy is not. So this is potentially big, as you know, things do add up over time. So if this isn't a payoff, this can add up to the race. It's not a huge deal, but it's something to consider. Slow guy making the skip, and Derp going for the full clear.
And I think I saw Thorneto pick up Charge Beam. I believe that means that both of them have Charge Beam now. So, ooh, and there's Gravity and Screw Attack, I think, right?
Wow. So already, Slow guy going back for it. So he's going to fill up on the ship and do it. And Derp is going to be heavily rewarded for making the play immediately. High jump boots as well for player 2s on the early super item. So
this is looking like a boring jet season.
This is look at it. They got charge beam. They got high jump. What more can you need? It's free.
Someone's gravity.
Someone's true. We don't know whose it is yet.
And with this loadout, I would kind of hope that whoever gets the gravity also gets that screw attack, so there's more of a chance to do Suitless Floor and Warfare. But,
yeah, gravity for damage reduction and screw just for having a nice LN is always good. We'll find out in a minute whose that is. And energy tanks are going to player 1s as well, so even more of a chance. And it is for player 2s. Player 2's gravity. Please,
and
I didn't see who that screw was.
That's player 1's. That's player 1's screw attack.
Okay.
So,
of course, because screwing. Yes, I see. I mean, you got half your wish. It didn't quite come true, but so player 2's gravity doesn't really tell me if they're going up or down yet, as much as a Varia would. So these players could do anything still at this stage.
Especially without speed or ice. Some players like to go up with gravity and without speed or ice, where they would normally go down if they had one of those items, because those items make it so much easier to clear Meridia.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense to me. There's a lot of clears down there, and it's progression too. If you've got the means to go through it, I agree with going down when you can clear Meridia on gravity for sure. I think it's better than Varia sometimes. You don't get trapped into it. You still keep yourself in the mid position of the map.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of people kind of go down and then just go straight up through Meridia to wreck ship.
Yeah, like down for the crate kill, and Slow guy picking up the items for himself and for Thor as well. So
yeah, it looks like Slow guy. Unfortunately, Thor picked up Spazer for him after he already had plasma.
I think Maniacal just did the exact same thing. Good timing. So big divergence is going to happen soon. I would say that left side Derp and Maniacal have a bit of an edge at the moment. Just probably a lot due to Derp going for front of Gauntlet first with Slow guy checking the back. I don't think it's wrong for Slow guy to check the back. I definitely do it as well. But when it's such a high quality item like that gravity, that whole backtrack is going to cost him a little bit.
Yeah, I think that whether you want whether you want to just check the back or whether you want to go all the way through really depends on kind of like what you're trying to do in the game. Like whether you're trying to kind of 100% the game or whether you're trying to make more
calculated skips. Yeah, definitely agree. It looks like coverage from slow at this point, although early to tell. There are certain skips that a lot of people agree with and do. I think climb supers is a big one. X-ray is another big one too, and we'll see which ones these guys elect to do.
Yeah, you can definitely start to feel pressured if you don't do any skips and you start to like not find anything. You start to feel pressured later in the race to do more skips.
It's another thing too, I suppose. This charge beam isn't... It's still huge, it's still really good, but it's not as important as it would have been in a major minor. You know, these guys are going to run into a lot of ammo checks anyway.
Yeah,
it's still really nice having it.
Additionally, having no fanfares also means that charge is less valuable, because picking up super missiles is a lot less costly, because it doesn't take up the 6 seconds, it takes up like 1 second.
Yeah, definitely. And that is a meta change, I think, with this. We're seeing a different approach to items and collecting them. You know, you may as well just run into them, so everyone's ending up with so many E-tanks, so many beams, just because of that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. I think it makes certain things a little bit better. Things like Suicide Warfare, where normally in a normal randomizer, you're like, well, I would have to pick up all this stuff, and that's so many fanfares.
Yeah.
But in this, it's a lot less like costly to pick up all those items.
And this is a play that we've seen the reverse meme route that Maniacal's doing. Thor's going straight down where Maniacal's going for the cleanup. He didn't have the PBs before, so he's done back of Morph, and now he's going to go to Billy Mays. I really like this coverage, and it is stuck with the idea of slow covering and getting everything, and Maniacal's continuing that idea where Thor is beelining for progression at the moment.
Yeah, I think this makes sense given Swolswell's approach so far.
This is always just a nice peace of mind factor as well, is just having Lubrine completely done. There are a few items here. I wonder if he goes to continue this with a old Mother Brain check. And bombs for Derp. Not imperative, but still nice nonetheless. You know, bot wound access is on the back of your mind. There's not a logical progression, but there's a potential to get through with those bombs now.
Yeah, I think that Maniacal would have rather had those bombs for himself because of he's already got the gravity suit without a speed or ice, and that would have given him a reasonable way through Meridia to Crystal Flash Clip.
Yeah.
But Derp won't turn him down anyway, so...
Yeah, always nice, but plenty of PBs at this stage. It's probably not going to be a huge factor. Maniacal is going to continue this trend and go and finish up Old Mother Brain, or go check that item. And then from here it could easily translate into a ship clear, which is pretty tidy, pretty nice, whereas Thor is... Lovely plasma beam combo from Slow Guy. Well done. You don't see that often.
I'm not sure that was intentional. But...
Oh, he planned it. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I guess. Probably.
And Old Mother Brain, just a super pack. Michael's going to get it, as we talked about. No fanfare. Made as well.
Especially because he doesn't have any beams yet. So those supers... When I don't have any beams, I don't really consider that, like, ammo mode at all. Oh, and he's going to be checking this.
Wow, this is... Yeah, this is a non-obtain item, but it is a check. This is... I don't know. I think I like it. He hasn't got anything from these from this Brim check, and he knows in his mind there's a good check. His corresponding player isn't making it, so he needs to probably find something from it, or feels he needs to.
And his plasma. His own plasma.
Not necessary, but nice, potentially. Probably more valuable in a...
Yeah, it would have... Like, that's... I don't think that's going to be all that useful. Like, maybe if you hit Go Mode super early, and then, like, at the end, he could pick up plasma. But
the DPS of supers by the time he gets there is just going to be better. That's a... Yeah, it honestly actually would be, if there was fanfares existing, probably more, or probably better in that case, but here, not so much.
Yeah, I was thinking, if both of the runners hit go mode like within the next like 5 items, and they just wanted to skip everything, and he found speed, then it could be worth it. Because then they would be skipping all the supers anyway. But yeah.
And both player ones are going down. Again, Derp just maintaining that lead through movement and the check of front of gauntlet that I keep going on about, but they're both going down for a full clear. Well, a crate clear. And Thor continuing this play as well. Doesn't have the Varia, but he doesn't have a way through Meridia, so he figures he's going to, at the very least, clear left side Norfair, or whatever you call that. Could continue on with some hell runs. High jump ice fair. Maniacal doing some long clears here, also going for landing site PBs.
Well, I think this makes sense. It's got space jump, so it's not that hard. And if you're
This
going
routes
for
in really well.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What about front of gauntlet here with the PBs? Do you save?
I think front of gauntlet would be okay. I think that's also one that you could skip. I don't expect him to skip based on how they've been playing, but and it looks like he won't.
Just PBs behind Kraid. Nothing huge yet for player ones.
Another really kind of underrated thing about clearing everything is if the seed is super trolly, you never have to worry about those locations again. Like if it's a super slow seed that has like say someone's gravity check tool or something,
yeah,
you're not going to be worried about like all these items that I skipped kind of a thing. And
yeah, if there's
and with one of those seeds, there are normally more required items. So you kind of want to check everything anyway. Like, maybe you find a grapple beam that doesn't seem that great, but it ends up being required. So in super
definitely
seeds, I think that checking everything is a lot better.
Yeah, especially if like you're left to Meridia, there's like 2 locations that are so long left, but you know back in criteria there's 4 items, so you go, oh, percent-wise I'll go back there, and you know, one player already knows what's there, and they see the value in the other 2, whereas you know, the criteria plea would be bad. So a bit more peace of mind for Maniacal. Nothing really that paid off the check. So we see a player 2 in Thorneto, relatively far ahead on that side. But never mind. that could potentially be huge.
That is both suits for Maniacal.
That's massive. I don't think Thor's going to see that in a long time. That's his
and there's
own
bombs too.
So...
Okay, so I think that's kind of go mode for Maniacal.
I don't know if Maniacal does the clip. I'm sure he's more than capable.
I think he does.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't imagine he doesn't at this point, but maybe he doesn't.
Really important that Thor left there. Really important he didn't go clear the rest of Norfair. He's heading back up, going through Meridia now, which is it doesn't make the Varia a win yet, because Thor's going to get back up there soon. So pretty important that he did that.
I'm not sure how much it actually matters that he finds his Varia super soon. I think it's more important to find like his partner suit.
Oh,
because
definitely.
I think that he is going to be ahead as long as he goes up to Wreck Chip at some point, like relatively soon.
Yeah, I suppose that if he gets trapped in the Norfair clears, that he can't progress past there anyway. So the hell runs are just slow. I like to avoid them if possible, but he's away from them. We'll see how much of Meridia he clears. Without bombs, speed, or ice, there's no real way past Bot Wound. So unless he finds them and continues, you might just see Thor head up to the ship anyway.
Looks like he does have bombs, so he might decide to go for that.
Oh, that didn't come up on the tracker before, unless I was seeing something.
I think you were just blind.
Fantoon fight from Maniacal, slow to open things up. What a bully, Fantoon. Like, that's so rude. Yeah. Nice little Doppler from Maniacal. Mr. Derp has his Varia suit now as well, and it looks like Slow Guy's about to run in this. I didn't see where that was, sorry. Watching the Maniacal's lovely Fantoon fight here. But I guess it was under ice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Slow Guy is gonna get that too, really quickly. Yep. As long as he doesn't forget the item. Oh no!
Oh my god. That's I can't believe you just cursed him, Zeb. That's...
Yeah.
I don't want to overstate it, but that's huge.
Yeah.
I don't see him checking
He
that.
might, yeah. We'll see. Like,
I'm trying to salvage this situation lightly, but there's no way to salvage
no, he's
how
not.
bad that
Yep.
is. Slow guy, please. So he's not really playing for percentage clears and stuff. He just forgot that. I think he just forgot about that
that's
as well.
just I think that's 100% he just forgot it. And that's way worse than making that skip, because now he's gonna get through the rest of this, not have his vary the whole time, be like, I've checked everything. Like, he'll go back and check all the stuff that he skipped.
Yeah.
And just won't remember that.
I hope he remembers. That's, yeah, it has a potential to be game changing, game losing there, to be honest. Thor continuing his play through Meridia. Looks like it's going to be some saves into sandpits, I think. Yeah, this is what Thor's doing now. Derp going straight for Croc instead of Bubble Mountain Clears to begin with. I like this really, really quick Croc kill. It's always nice, just smashing Croc with that Plasma Beam.
Yeah, there are, I think, 5 items in the Croc area. Some of them are kind of slow, like the Indiana Jones doesn't have speed or space jump for it. But
yeah.
And there's Grapple. Interesting.
Not for himself though, for Maniacal, which doesn't really open up much. It's just nice to have for potential farms. But I guess in Derp's mind, there's so many items left that they would like to have. You know, their own speed and ice for each player, and an extra suit they're missing. So probably going to be clearing Bubble Mountain regardless, anyways. I mean, sorry, probably going to be clearing Croc at some point anyway. Why not do it now?
Yeah, I think that the reason not to do it now is to hope that you get better movement items before doing it. But
before Croc, yeah, that makes sense. Because he's going to have to green gate glitch or bomb jump up here now.
Yeah, and then he'll have to bomb jump up to what is it? Indiana Jones. He'll have to bomb jump this. All this stuff kind of takes a good bit of time.
Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe a movement item would have made this quicker, but it could not matter. It may not be a factor at all. I keep thinking about what Slow Guy's done. I'm trying to come up with a scenario in my head to make it right, but
I think it's possible that he'll remember if he has to leave Norfair, but I think that that's unlikely. He'll probably just leave.
I guess the problem is we know the game probably isn't resting on player 2s at this point, because they're the ones that are able to complete, potentially, whereas player 1s look like they'll be second finish at this stage. So the race between Derp and Slow Guy is going to matter a lot, and with Derp up a suit, with Slow Guy doing these low checks, could be huge.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that maybe if there's, like, really deep suit lists required for player 1s, and, like, they both kind of have to full clear everything still anyway, even then, like, it's hard because Derp is going to be able to do Lorne Warfare.
Yeah.
And
now, yeah, even routing wise, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And we know Derp's a monster at Suitless Meridia anyway, so there's going to be no real catch-up potential. Maniacal going to check the back of what was that? Did you just... Okay, sorry. On my screen it came up with some X's, like you couldn't see that item with the X-ray. Slow Guy making quick work of these runs with Crystal Flashing.
Oh, there's a gravity. So Thor found oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting now. Because this is an item that Maniacal might not find for a long time.
Oh wow.
He's got both suits. I think he's going to go to Lord Warfare.
Maniacal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not going to find Derp's gravity for a long time. So I think this is going to be kind of dueling suits.
Yeah, I still think that the importance of that Varia for slow guy is bigger, but that's exactly what
I think
Order
that
of the
if
Elephant
Thor
wanted
goes
to
up
see.
to wreck ship, this could get interesting now.
So
And it looks
he
like
is,
he's
yeah,
gonna
Thor's leaving. He is. He's going to go stumble upon his gravity. He was practicing.
Hysteria, but
Varia, sorry, thank you. He was practicing his bot wound crystal flash slip as well, so he very well could be done. A slow guy doing the frog wave flip, which is always nice. You just got to remember to stop shooting.
So
It's all good.
this is the moment of truth for the last time.
I know. It's
For
my
slow
all
guy.
eyes are on slow
Like,
guy right now.
This is his last chance, really, to do this. He didn't go to Croc, though, did he?
He's gonna forget, Seb. He's
Yeah.
forgotten.
Yep.
Oh no! That's a heartbreak.
You know what? Maybe he finds speed and he decides to go to Croc and he decides to go through the crumble shaft.
Don't try and come on. It's not happening. He's forgotten. It's over. No, he very well could get speed and get through the back of it too. That Order of the Elephant could have been in a very nice position. Thor's routing, while probably not something I would have done too, going through that Meridia, he is going for progression, or he's heading that way where Maniacal did the clears. So Thor's going to even this up really nicely, but it's all going to come down to slow guy getting to that Varia suit. That's pretty much what we're waiting for.
I don't think the slow guy does suitless warfare.
He has the skills
reasonable items for it. He's got high jump, he's got screw attack.
Really nice second try GGG from Derp there as well, I just want to point out. He's just making quick work of this seed. He knows where all the items are, getting to him quickly and not really stumbling from what I've seen. Just nice clean play from Derp so far.
Yeah, I think that slow guy's best bet is to do suitless warfare at this point.
Yeah.
He even has grapple beam to help him with it. He's got really good items for it. Just needs like more E-tanks, more supers, more power bombs, basically.
He did mention that gravity may not be an item that Maniacal finds, but we're not seeing. Yeah, no, sorry, you're right. I'm trying to see if Maniacal's going to go and do those checks, but I think that Lower North there is just a better play, and that's what he'll play for first.
And then he'll probably check. I would guess he would check Norfair before checking all of Meridia.
The other thing too, because of the speed or the time that Thor, how early Thor got slow guy's gravity, it's going to be important to see what's in player one's, aka Derps and slow guys Meridia, because the items that slow guy is going to run into soon are going to be seen so much earlier for him than Derp. So
yeah, if he finds like a speed,
early here,
yeah, that could really speed up his seed.
Maniacal continuing with the full clear, going for the X-ray play, which I don't believe Thor made. Didn't have the items to do so. As to player one, gravity was at player two's sandpit, which
left sandpit.
Thor went for left sandpit. Which we're trying to see now how Maniacal is going to find that soon, which I don't think he is. Space jump, that's nice. It's always a nice suitless item. If Derp does get stuck into a suitless Meridia, which very well could. If Maniacal finds him enough items, Derp can just go straight through for suitless at that point.
Where was player one's grapple? I don't remember where.
Snail clip from slow guy there. Player one's grapple, did you say? Or
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That's pretty big for suitless, if Derp wants to do that.
I would guess it was in... Oh no, I don't know, because Maniacal hasn't done anything down here, so it could be anywhere. Someone in chat may know. Yeah, and as is pointing out, that the inefficiency of the suit variants is going to be huge. I think this is still way more inefficient for slow guy, but it's still going to be interesting. I think this Varia, or rather this Meridia, needs to pay off. Screw's nice, but Thor does not need this.
Yeah. Okay, grapple was at Croc E-tank for Thorneto, I think. So, slow guy, No, I think that was the opposite.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
that was
because
yeah.
Thor
That was
left.
their
Thor bailed.
own grapple.
Yes, that makes sense. Thor bailed out of Norfair pretty quickly. Went straight to Meridia. So I'm going to guess it's the Kraid area or Meridia somewhere. Don't know where. Nice little kill from Thorneto there. That was quite tidy. Little 3-round or something with some Dopplers.
Does Volguy reset his own spring ball? Or does he still have it?
No, he still has it. It was a snail item.
Yeah,
he
he snail
reset.
clipped, but then he reset after going down left sandpit. I'm not sure if he saved after getting that.
Oh, okay, he may not have it. He may just hate Springball, like someone in chat. Slow guy making big
I don't know
play.
what kind of monster would hate spring ball.
I know, it's crazy to me. I can't believe it. There are people in the world that exist like we said. We have to try and live with them. Best item in the game. Besides high jump, actually. We've got a stand-up from Maniacal. I'm going to call him out. He's been playing so well today, but he's missed something, so here I am to question it. Meanwhile, his teammate Derp pulling off. No, never mind. He just missed a shot on Ridley. Very good runners, by the way. I'm just mucking around. Derp in Ridley, Maniacal on Kraid. I think the Ridley item could be a factor too. I'm keeping my eyes out for anyone's speed or anyone's ice.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be way more important or helpful if it's in Elephant's
I think
Meridia on
it's
player
really
1.
hard for Volguy to get back into this, but if he is going to, then he has to find like a speed. That is basically what he needs.
And he needs to suitless LM or suddenly remember what he's missed.
I think he's really likely to go up to Wreck Ship, though.
Alright, Shaq2, what have you got? I think Slow Guy's had a save too, so you can reset this.
A power bomb.
A useless power bomb. That always feels bad when you go all the way over to Shaq2 and get nothing. But there's a good chance your opponents could do it too, so...
Yeah, I think he's probably going to Wreck Ship now.
I could have been wrong. The start of the game practice may have been Slow Guy practicing the bomb Crystal Flash method, so I think bombs are more valuable on him than Thor, potentially.
Yeah, it looks
Slow
like he
Guy
is.
That,
so. This isn't a bad number of power bombs. Nope.
No, he's not.
So.
No, so he's going back down. It was Slow Guy practicing, says that. So okay, so the bomb difference would have been good the other way around. But as it stands, Slow Guy is leaving for Wreck Ship, where Derp has already completed Lower Norfair, which routing alone is massive. And that
interesting.
Still a few checks.
These. And he's not picking up the E tank, so he's not thinking about Suez War Norfair.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and I think Slow Guy doesn't have Spring Ball because he would have Spring Balled there, or he forgot.
Yeah, true. I think you're right. I think he reset them as well. Not what you want to see on Slow Guy. Nothing in Meridia paying off. There was no salvage. As we know it's a salvage, they may not know yet. But nothing there that's going to really help him overcome that gravity variance.
I wonder if part of the reason that you would think not to kind of set up for Suez War Norfair is a lot of times if like Very is your very last item, that's when you kind of start thinking about it. The Swole Guy still needs a way through Meridia, so maybe they're thinking, well, we still, even if we were to do Suez War Norfair, we still need that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Still interesting enough. We've seen a fair bit of the game, but still no clear for player 1's Meridia yet. Well, no in logic clear. Did we see Derp's Bubble Mountain? Or did he go... I think we did. So Blast, they still need...
Yes? Maybe? No, I
very
don't
helpful
think
Zeb.
Because I'm looking at the map and we don't see it.
Everyone wants speed or ice. Sorry, is where we're at. And of course the Slow Go Vario, but we know where it is. But As far as the next interesting items, yeah, speed or ice to get through Meridia progression. Everyone's lacking that at the moment.
Yeah, I think Slow Guy and Thor would be just destroying if Slow Guy had just gotten that Varia suit at this point, because yeah, Maniacal is going to take a long time to get Derp's Grav.
I guess that's how it is sometimes, right? That's just, you know, you'll never forget that item again. It's such a habit to make that ice check and do a reset. Like, we're all so used to making that play in Major Minor that it becomes nearly muscle memory that you continue it here in a full. But there is that one cheeky item still left there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's one of the ones that is the hardest to remember, I would say.
Yeah. Now, although Slow Guy is going to stumble upon probably a potential item in Wreck Ship, it's not as important as it had been in Meridia, because Derp will also be stumbling on these items soon enough. So whatever Slow Guy gets, ice or speed up here, it's still useful for sure, but I do believe, unless Maniacal can get Derp suitless Meridia, Derp will be finding it soon. And Maniacal resets out of GT there.
I'm curious
Blast,
how...
technically... sorry, is it?
You can go ahead.
I was going to answer Blast's question in chat. Technically, Bomb Crystal Flash Flip is something that a lot more people are doing. It's not overly difficult. It's still a hard trick.
Well, Go Mode right now for
nice.
Derp would be very painful, so I would not recommend doing that.
Yeah.
Technically, I believe possible. Would you need to do G mode for this? Or can you get up Mount Everest in a different way? I think you would probably need to G mode.
Why does he need to get up Mount Everest?
Either Spring Ball or Ice.
No, he's got Spring Ball.
Not
he's
Everest,
got no Spring Ball. Sorry.
I meant
Main
Street.
Yeah, don't mind me. Yeah, there's always a technical way to get through the game, but sometimes it's irrelevant with how long and difficult it is. Derp needs a way through Meridian.
I wonder if you can G mode. I think that's.
I don't even understand that stuff.
I think it's only Main Street that stops you from being able to do full suitless here. If you can do suitless Crystal Flash Flip.
So Thor is kind of it's making his skips that he's done early game not worth, or it's consolidating them. He's now repeating everything that Maniacal's already done, so his advantage or skips are less valuable now. He's got nothing else really to do, so it makes sense.
Kind of become disadvantages. Well, he could go to Lorne Warfare right away and get a larger quantity of items done relatively quickly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, I would say Thor probably should head to LN now.
I don't hate getting these out of the way right now, but you are also just looking for like kind of one item. I guess you kind of want an item for your own Meridia too. You want an item for Slow Guy's Meridia.
Yeah.
So making these checks makes some sense.
It does path in as well, it's not too bad. Nice microwave from Slow Guy and Fantoon as well. He's making, and he will make quick work of this ship. Derp checking X-ray on the way, which I don't know if we've seen yet, but regardless, it's irrelevant. Nothing that crazy. This is a long time without ice or speed. I can't believe that no one has it.
Thor getting Slow Guy's bombs is kind of a big deal, because now Slow Guy can get through Meridia.
I wonder if had Thor made that, although it was still more valuable the route he took. I was going to say if he did reverse Brinstar and got Slow Guy's progression, Slow Guy made a big play through Meridia, but probably irrelevant. I think that the gravity fine in Meridia was bigger. Slow guy doing this item after the platforms are moving, making it so much more difficult. But Slow guy's just that type of guy. He likes to live on the edge. He likes to make things hard.
He likes to forget items.
He's just taking a million damage.
Likes to remember them when they aren't important.
Yeah. Wreck ship hurts so much without Varia in randomizer.
Yeah, those
all the
platforms
spikes
do like
so
200
much
damage.
Yeah. Remember when I first started doing rando, I died so many times in there. It's so embarrassing. I still die in there, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But...
Now you die to other embarrassing stuff too.
Thor making the X-ray check, which Maniacal already has made, and hopefully from here going down to lower Norfair. I have a feeling that Ridley is going to be housing this progression here. It just feels like one of those seeds where they're putting it on the other side of the map. We'll see what the item is now.
Yeah. We'll see.
If I'm right, we're doing whatever route I want to do next time. Damn it.
Well, you're not right, so too bad.
Just missiles. The hunt continues. It's getting to the point now where every item check, all eyes are on. There's not a lot left. So surely we run into something pretty big soon. There is also the chance that
Thor didn't do shit to him.
No, it was Slow guy that did shit to him.
Thor didn't have the grapple beam because he didn't do proc.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that Maniacal is going to be running into that gravity relatively quickly now. I think we'll probably check it before Bot Wound.
Yeah, like it does depend. Oh, I mean, I guess if he's got nothing else to do, he may.
Yeah.
But it does depend if he finds Derp's ice, because Derp's the type of
runner
that.
Would make some sense.
Yeah, if he runs into that ice beam, Derp will probably just go. But because this does work on last player finish, is the time. There's not going to be much left for Maniacal to do, so he may just find it regardless. I can't believe we still haven't run into this item. Now in this position, Thor can either do the full Bubble Mountain clear, or he just plays for progression. I don't really know what the right thing to do is here.
Yeah.
I would play lower Norfair because I have to anyway, but there's a good chance he...
I feel like I would play the item density here.
Yeah.
I think that Thor already did check Bubble Mountain though. He just skipped proc. So I would probably still do lower Norfair over proc. I think the item density there is better. Or did Thor? Did he reset all the
check Mickey Mouse, yeah. Man, I can't keep track.
Thor electing to pick up that energy tank, maybe signaling, like he looked like he was going to skip it, and then he went back and picked it up, maybe signaling that they are starting to think about Suitless War Norfair a little bit.
Slow guy's got the most power bombs I've ever seen. No, wait, Derp has more? Is that 55?
Yeah, I think that's... Actually, I've had like multiple seeds where, even in our races, I think where I had... Oh, and there's an ice beam.
What?
So yeah, Thor didn't do that. Oh yeah, he went down to ice and speed and high jump and left.
Yeah, and then he left went up
Yeah,
and then cleared. Yeah. Sorry, I said what more so from Maniacal not having checked it. I like. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Maniacal runs into speed. So this is a stacked Bubble Mountain, but very easy to make these skips. It is good to go straight down to lower Norfair, because you have to anyway. But had he checked that, it would have made lower Norfair a little bit easier. Not the end of the world, but that is now Maniacal's.
It was Slow Guy that checked Bubble Mountain, not Thorneto. I'm thinking of and Slow Guy skip proc.
Yeah, and Derp did as well, so... Player 2 has the goods. Sorry, Derp did Bubble Mountain with Slow Guy. Alright, so... We're still not done. That is a player 2. Progression there, speed and ice. So we're still looking for player 1, speed and ice. Maniacal should run into his own Ice Beam really soon.
Yeah, that's pretty normal, Asder. Nevdi says a lot of things that are just wrong, so...
So Maniacal should run into his own Ice Beam in a minute here. Hey, imagine if Thor just cleared Bubble Mountain to begin with. I think he only had like 2 E-tanks at the time, or 3.
That,
well, within
that
his
opens up
skill
a lot more places for Derps or player 1's speed and ice to be, because now all authority is open. It also opens up a couple of speed checks, like Waterway.
Yeah. The scary thing here, not that I think it's going to happen, Thor should play for Meridia, but Thor could very well go back, if they feel bad, go back and do Waterway, and also climb Supers, which we know is no good. But I don't think he will. I think that Thor is going to full clear Lower Norfair and then play Meridia.
Yeah.
And Maniacal doing Croc because there's no other better time to do it now, and we're still hunting for Derp's items. He could go to Meridia and do the full clear there.
Yeah, this is a really, I think, kind of difficult decision. Just because Croc's out of the way. I think Croc's probably right. Because
I mean, when are you going to come back
how
and
much
do
of
it again?
Meridia has Maniacal? Has he checked any of it? I don't think so, right?
We're really good at paying attention.
But if you haven't checked any of
He
Meridia, the item density is so much better there. You're so much more likely to find something.
Yeah,
but
I don't think
you're really
Maniacal's checked any.
if you're if something's at Croc and you skip it. So.
Yeah. Croc is such a pain to get back to. I think I don't know. It's like they're one item off.
Yeah.
For Derp, literally either ice or grav. We know it's not going to be a play in Croc, but I think I like him doing it. Just to keep consistent with the way Maniacal's played this for coverage. This makes sense.
Yeah.
And Slow Guy, as Asda has pointed out, is really done for items. He's going back. No, he's not. He's skipped it.
No.
Oh, up again. Oh, he's going back. No. Getting each other for no reason. Alright, now we have the very real
there's no way he's ever going to find that item.
No, this is a suitless LN play by the looks of it. It looks like Slow Guy is playing.
Yeah, that actually
is low enough there.
If he had been able to full clear Meridia, this would have been, I think, probably pretty good. But I just don't see how he catches up at this point. Because, I think Maniacal's just going to find it too quickly. Find that gravity.
So, this is... Slow Guy can clear the game. He can do Hot Wound CF clip. If he plays Lower Norfair and checks nothing, that's best case scenario. He has to do nothing. He has to just full beeline it. Oh my goodness, speed for Derp.
Yep, that's huge.
That's huge. And Maniacal will eventually run into Derp's gravity, which we know is... which we know is left side sandpit, yeah. Imagine if Croc was like Derp's Ice Beam and Maniacal never goes to check sandpits for him. I would love that.
Yeah, that would be interesting. It is!
What? Oh my goodness. Alright, so... I mean,
I think the Maniacal might... Yeah, he might just go, like, for progression to start. I think that after, Derp doesn't really...
Gravity's... It's in a position where it's not it's not straightforward to go to it. But I do think that Maniacal is so far ahead that he's still. We're not working on averages here. So I think he's going to still find
I think
it,
that
but
it makes sense to go
it's
check
still
it
hilarious.
first beforehand because the item density after Bot Wound is just so bad that checking those beforehand, getting 4 items out of the way, that's a lot of items. So.
And Maniacal's not done. He's clearing up here. I agree with this completely. He's not going to be able to check this again. Nice Crystal Flash Flip from Slow Guy. He's doing really well so far on this suitless run. We're not up to the hard bit yet, but as predicted, he isn't checking anything. He has go mode if he wants it.
Yeah, with this loadout, I think the suitless Ornorfer is pretty free. As long as you don't like screw up with Crystal Flash, just make sure that you make all of those super safe, and you should be fine.
Yeah. Also, unfortunately, even if he did have the lead, the items on Derp that Maniacal found at Croc, even though Slow Guy can clear the game, it's just going to be a lot faster for Derp to progress through here.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it is going to come down to that barrier skip at the start. It would have been really interesting to see where we're at, and I would actually have given the edge to Order of the Elephant.
I think I would
Slow Guy.
Big edge to them if they had.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say where they would have gone if they would have done the same things, but they probably would have. Yeah.
Like, I don't think that Slow Guy needed to do anything because all the other suits were in Thorneto's game. So him getting Very, I'm not sure would have changed much.
Player 2's games was stacked. Speed and Ice, Speed and Ice, and all the suits.
3 of the suits.
3 of the suits. Player 2's game was loaded. And Derp finishing up with a waterway check here as well. He really liked that gravity suit. Rather
looks
than
like
have to
be
progress.
taking this pretty safe. Just Crystal Flashing here.
Yeah,
I would call this a cowardly play, but that's just me.
Can we bully Slow Guy? I think we can. I'm going to go a little bit easier on him because that barrier skip does hurt a lot, but he has been playing very well. Both teams have as well. It's unfortunate when something like that does happen, but that's part of it. Like, there's a lot to do in randomizers. There's a lot to remember and play through. That's just another aspect of this. And Maniacal with his lead is going to be checking most things. The question will be, does he progress a bot wound or do the sand pits, as you say? Bit of a high five or same exact square from Slow Guy and Thorneto. Just good teammates, really. Look at them, they're in the same spot. So in sync.
Yeah, I agree with what Aster is saying in the chat. I think that if I were Team Slow, if I were Derp, I would just be going into Meridia. I wouldn't have even checked the waterway. I would have just gone. But for Maniacal, it makes a lot of sense to just kind of like be taking your time trying to find that gravity suit.
Yeah, we'll probably have to ask him that in the interview. I know Derp's. I remember one of my biggest losses ever that I just couldn't believe how someone could be so far ahead of me was against Derp when he did a suitless Meridia. And just absolutely crushed me. So I always have him remembered as the guy that just does suitless stuff. I guess something to think about too is maybe Derp doesn't want to go and do Dragon with it. You know, if the gravity isn't there. That was a really nice kill from Slow Guy, suitless kill. I should be focusing on him actually. Sorry, this is a crazy. I know you've said because you're rude, but doing suitless lower Norfair is really one of the hardest things to do in this game. Slow Guy doing a great job.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure about that, but it's kind of difficult. It can be.
You're just mad I have a better RBO time than you.
I've done like 2 RBO
runs. Slow Guy done with the hard bits. He's going to make a careful crystal flash. Yep, like you say, the scary bits are getting these crystal flash flips or crystal flashes off, and that one there probably leads him to finish out the rest of this relatively easy. He's going to play it safe and just farm up to 10 supers in case of a disaster. But the hard bit's over. Really well done by Slow Guy to get that done, and he'll be headed out now.
It looks like Maniacal did take a save, so he's going to be finding this gravity suit very quickly.
So we will see which sand pit first. I don't think it matters at this point, but
Yeah.
this is going to be nearly a last location gravity.
Yeah, Meridia with speed is a lot more dense than Meridia without speed. Oh, he's going down right sand pit into Shack
right.
2 first. It won't matter, but...
I always wonder about this. I always wonder, is it better to reset a sand pit, do the other sand pit, and then go to Shack? Like, that's what I do.
think so.
I hate going Shack.
Like,
I'd rather the 2 items instead.
Yeah, you want to get the 4 items out of the way first, I think, before you decide to go to Shack.
Yeah.
Because all 4 items are relatively quick, and then... like,
especially in full, Shack is just one of those ultra last locations in full. So Slow Guy is playing this out really well. He's got himself another Crystal Flash clip for the escape, and he'll be out of there.
He needs to be a little bit careful because his reserves are on manual, not automatic. Going for it.
Slow Guy, please.
Don't, no! Yep. Oh my god.
Are you joking? What? He paused at 0 health.
Yeah. Pause buffer.
The gamer. Done on purpose. He's just putting on a show for us. Slow Guy gaming out of his mind. That was amazing.
I almost commentator cursed him again by saying he needs to be careful about that.
What was your last curse?
It was the skip Varia.
Oh wow, you've actually cost Slow Guy the game, Neil. Can't believe it. And Maniacal isn't going to feel good about this. We know it won't matter, but this is literal last location. Nearly. I mean, he can clear the rest of Meridia, but it's a near last location. Partner gravity suit for Derp. And this always doesn't feel great. But he's moving well. He's got to these items quickly. And Derp's going to feel relieved getting this gravity suit for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how he would feel. I would feel kind of bad about that.
You would just want to continue the seed as
No, I mean, like, I would feel kind of behind as in bad.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he's cleared. He's done full reverse meme round, full ship and everything. There's a chance, obviously, that his player 2 counterpart is skipping everything, which Thor did. Thor did do that, and he got to these items quicker. It's just, again, feels bad. The Slow Guy Varia skip.
Yeah.
But Slow Guy's out of lower north there. Amazing job. He's got Meridia to clear now, but unfortunately Derp is just too far ahead.
Yeah, Slow Guy is also going to want to farm up power bombs to do the Crystal Flash clip, because he still doesn't have a way through Meridia. And he's going to want to, again, make sure that he drains his reserves, because they're on manual still. Otherwise, he'll be attempting Crystal Flash clip without any hope of getting it.
I swear, I'm getting the pixel right. So I didn't know that. If you have your reserves turned off and you Crystal Flash, they fill up even if they're off.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Like,
well, I mean, he had 100 in his reserve last time, so I guess so. Poor Slow Guy. He's had to do a suitless lower north there, and now coming up to a bot wound Crystal Flash. Like, both not in logic. And you would have told him this a year ago, and he would have been like, "Good enough for any of this. You guys do crazy stuff." You know? And here he is, all to no avail, mind you. But still, he's doing some nice stuff.
I think the most interesting question is whether he'll realize that he has to drain his reserves or not.
That's what you're looking forward to.
Mhm.
Maniacal coming up here with a Dragon quick kill with the grapple. With the high jump, you don't need to be on that ledge. I see so many people try and get on that ledge. That's a high jump-less play you have to make. I hate getting on that ledge.
I actually now kind of prefer the right side grapple.
I still can't do that right side. I need to learn it.
That's because you're bad, but it's pretty easy. All you need to do is make sure that you stand on the ledge before Dragon starts scooping, because if you like kind of move onto the ledge after you see Dragon on the left side of the screen, Dragon's scoop kind of stops working at some point when Dragon's kind of halfway across the screen. So if you don't see Dragon until Dragon's already halfway across the screen, then the goop will work all the way.
Yeah, okay. And Slow Guy remembering to use the rest of his reserves there. Probably not actually remembering, but seeing it in the item menu to do that. So let's see how long it takes to get this Crystal Flash Leap. Another pixel... He's about to do it on the wrong ledge. Another pixel perfect, I think, trick this is.
He did it the opposite way of what you're supposed to. Played the power bomb first and then the bomb.
It's so interesting to me how many people are going for this now. Whereas a couple of years ago it would have been unheard of, speed and ice, hard required. But the resurgence or more full tournaments have led us to require hitting go mode a lot earlier, so you see a lot more people doing it. Still a very annoying trick, and there he goes, and he gets it through. Really nice, Slow Guy, well done.
Yeah, with bombs it's a lot less bad.
It is with bombs a lot less bad, for sure, but it's still not something that's in the requirement book. But yeah, a lot of people doing it these days. Really nice Metroid room too by Derp there. I'm just learning that strat myself, it's really good. Slow Bean flying through this game, considering they have checked a lot, and I don't think they'll be feeling good. I think we'll find in the interview how they are, but how long it took them to get that gravity suit can't feel the greatest. But
especially because they went to Shack Tool even at the very end before it. And that actually is costing them quite a bit, with Maniacal being quite a bit behind Derp now.
Yeah. That stuff can always get in your head, especially in rando. Like, oh my god, we've done so many checks. I have to find time, or I gotta go fast and play hard. And
I think they would have felt actually pretty decent if Gravity had been a Derp's game for Derp, and he had to do Suit with Meridia. Because that kind of stuff, like, that slows down everyone, kind of makes you feel like, okay, like, everyone kind of had to go slow, but when there was a gravity suit kind of like available very early like that, it's a lot different.
Yeah, not even just gravity suit either, but also the speed and ice locks on both games was done by Maniacal and Thor as well. Or I think by Thor, but either way, definitely done by Maniacal after a full LN clear, as in, GT clears, Mickey Mouse, everything. Then he came back to Lower Mountain to find that speed and ice. Those coupled together are probably, that feels bad. It's not just that gravity suit, it's everything else that he could have had a lot earlier, So I imagine stressful situation, but we'll see in the interview how they feel. I as you know, don't like full rando as much as major minor. And this is the type of stuff that I'd be sweating in full.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to know what your opponent does in full. There are a lot of, it's just really hard to know. There's so many different kind of little things that they could do different. They could, you could expect what your opponent did was, Thorneto, what he did. Or you could think that he, did what Thorneto did without checking the sand pits and going to wreck ship straight away, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
there's so many little differences.
Yeah, and the differences add up when Multiworld added to it as well. I just want to shout out Derp for his terrain so far. Aside from the babies, he's been nailing it. I mean, he's a GT classic veteran. He's just doing every strat really nicely. But yeah, sorry, to expand on what you're saying, couple that with trying to guess what your opponent's doing, but also what your opponent's other player is doing too, because their progression of items matters so much that it's so hard to mind game meta these these multis, I think, unless I just don't understand it yet. But I add that to the stress levels of not knowing what both guys are doing.
I think to
There's a
some
lot can
extent you
happen.
can make some like calculated skips and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Maniacal also getting grabbed by the baby. Unfortunate.
Yeah, his grab matters a bit more. It won't in this context, but from his point of view, it will.
Yeah.
Derp also going for stand-up, just because his time won't matter, but he's done stand-up that many times that I'm sure he's fine with it. I like the disclaimer there, Jaconis. These situations, just as from a participant in these situations when you're Turian, there's some of they're really it's always one eye on the clock, you know, looking at where your opponents are because you're nearly done with the game. You're trying to play, but you're also trying to worry about what the other team's
Especially
doing.
when you feel like maybe we didn't take the best route, kind of a thing.
Yeah. So in a way, it's nice having something to do with Derp doing this stand-up instead of just sitting there looking at the room chat with nothing to do, waiting for the baby cutscene. At least here he can take his mind off and, you know, do some stand-up strats. And I like joining him in the room too. They are synced up in the fight, definitely off times, but in the same fight together.
It'll be a couple minutes off.
Yeah. But all players should be in Turian before any dot duns, which is really
for sure.
Really great for a rando race.
Like slow should probably be in like MB1-ish.
By the time Maniacal's done?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I am with Asda here. I don't do stand up if I'm in the lead, but I'm never in the lead. Somehow Zeb's always like the one.
I mean, you
ahead,
don't do stand up when you're behind either, so.
Another thing here too, because Slow Guys had to do the iceless, speedless Meridia, he also is going to have a really slow Turian as well.
Yeah, Thorneto taking a lot of jumps to get that baby skip, but does eventually get it.
That was nice though, well done. I think at some point you're kind of committed to it, so you just go for it.
I mean, yeah, once you've already done enough jumps. And Derp has finished in first place with a time of 106.44. TGDerp.
Just a single G for the team. One half's done. We're not going to get the famous, you know, one person from each side one after. It'll be one full team finishes in one go. It would have been nice to see Thor do it. Just add some extra little stress to the situation. But that is a good relief so far. Maniacal is a little bit away, but must feel really good for Slow Sly to get that first dot done in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. When you see your team dot done first, and you know your partner's about to finish really quickly, start to like relax a little bit and feel a little bit better in these multi-worlds, I think.
It's a nice additional concept to add to this, is that we are waiting for that second place. I don't know if you saw the race the other night, but Stachio finished. Actually, I shouldn't spoil it, but we had a big variance between player 1 and player 2 finish, and the other team must have just been wondering what's going on in the meantime. So adding that, it doesn't matter till the second dot done's there, adds another little stress element, if you will, to the end of the race.
Reminds me of that one race that you and Canadian Owl did, where
oh yeah.
which one of you died?
Al.
It was Owl?
Peak silence in the chat too. He was like, I'm stupid. I'm like, it's okay. He's like, oh my god. That happens. Yeah. It's random. It was so funny. Maniacal running for his life to get... Said, please no double dot duns. Just get me out of here. Sparking up the climb. Coming up to Parlor. Which Parlor is so annoying at the end of the run. Such a difficult escape room to have right at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't find it that bad. But, you know, people who aren't as good as me might...
I just hit the steam and fall over everywhere. As really well handled by Maniacal there to finish it up. Slow guy killing all the Zebs. Maniacal hits the sweet, sweet ship to put their team to the next round. And Maniacal is done, and Slow are the victors. GG.
Yep, with an official time of 109.09. GG.
Winning these first rounds is huge in this tournament. It keeps you ahead. The upper bracket, maintaining wins in there, you have to play so fewer games, you get such a boost into the next round. So this win is huge. They're gonna
why would you want to play
the
fewer games? Don't you want to play the most amount of games?
So we should throw in on purpose, is that what you're saying? I like it.
I mean, we don't have to, because we have you on my team. But...
It comes naturally. Thor and Slow Guy finishing Mother Brain. Thor's going to be done first on MB3. Slow Guy's put in a hell of an effort for what he had to do this run. On Mother Brain 2 at the moment.
Yeah, made it a relatively close race, even though you had to do that suit with Thorneto.
And the bot wound CF clip. Not the trick itself doesn't take too much time, but setting up for it is a very huge annoyance. And we are joined by our winners, Maniacal and Derp. GG guys, well done.
Oh, GG. Thanks for stepping in and commentating, Zevdi.
Yep.
So, normal question, how do you feel?
Honestly,
we should have got Spring Ball.
Yeah,
I don't know where those
the
were.
spring balls, man?
Spring balls were both in Player 1's Meridia. One was at Aqueduct, and the other was at left sandpit. Or was it right sandpit? One of the sandpits had the other spring ball.
Aqueduct and sandpit, I think. Oh, was it sandpit?
Alright, Maniacal told me
It was
I should have been checking Meridia. Instead I'm out here finishing the game.
Did they have P1 Gravity before us then?
Yes, by a lot. But Slow Guy forgot about the item, the Crumble Shaft item, and never got his Varia.
Ooh, okay. Man, I bet that's going to be an interesting watch back then.
Oh, it's going to hurt, but that's random.
Oh, it's going to hurt?
Oh. I just watched the strangest interaction. Thorneto like sparked and got stuck in the door.
Yeah, I saw that.
Door stuck?
Yeah, door stuck.
I don't think he's trying to out of bounds this though.
I was going to say, was he trying to like deep door stuck and reset the escape?
Yeah, escape? Hold up.
Yeah, if he was trying to escape, that's pretty sick.
I just think he hit the wall. I didn't think he knows what he's doing. He just hit the wall.
You know, gotta give him the benefit of the
doubt.
But yeah, Thor skipped a lot. You did reverse meme, Maniacal, and Thor skipped all of that. Went straight down. Got to Meridia.
Yeah, Thor's route was incredibly good for what the seed was. He went down to the high jump, the crade, and then he went up to Meridia, and he got the gravity suit.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't go completely through it, so he went up to wreck ship, and he got his Varia suit, and then they had 3 of the 4 suits.
Yeah.
And Swole Guy had gone down, and he checked ice, and he got the item at ice, and then he reset, and he never checked Crumble Shaft. So
that
hurts.
hurts.
Yeah, it does. But that's right.
Yeah.
I guess keeping track of the stuff's hard. But you hit that barrier so soon, but it didn't really matter because Thor couldn't progress himself anyway. So he stumbled upon it while finding all these other items as well. So it's kind of crazy, but it just that one check and just a bit of movement added up, I guess.
Yeah, I felt like we played a pretty conservative route. Like I took what was basically a min path full clear given loadout at each step.
I was kind of commenting on that. It seemed like you were playing it very safe.
Yeah, I was talking to Derp. I was like, should I skip upper X ship? He's like, nah, dude, don't skip stuff we don't have to. And then I was like, hey, can I just like not do most of this stuff? And he was like, no, find me my Meridia access.
Yeah.
No, that's
you even went as hard
important. To be
as you
fair, I did need to finish the game eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
To be fair, I would have gotten to your left sandpit way earlier if you didn't make me do upper X ship and Croc and.
Yeah, I was kind of talking about that. It's really hard to like make those calls.
Yeah.
Because if you skip these items, it's such a pain to go back to them ever. But there are places that have so much higher item density, so they're more likely to have these items, and they're kind of along the way. So it's a really hard call to like say whether to skip those items or not.
Yeah, and I think that it obviously it didn't really pay for itself in Reverse Meme Route and a few others, but it paid dividends huge with that Croc clear. We were talking about you doing Croc before Meridia right at the end, and that just gave Derp speed and ice, if I'm not mistaken, which was huge. So
yeah, I think it was speed, ice, and maybe even grapple was there. Like there were two good items for Derp there.
Oh, it was huge, and that idea that eventually paid for itself at that point. So that consistency helped for sure. And hey, Thor, joined by Thorneto, and now Slow Guy. GG guys, well done.
GG's.
Do you want to know, Slow Guy, what you did? Do you want me to tell you what you've done, mate?
Yeah. Was Varia at Croc?
No.
Nope.
Where?
Sir.
Keep thinking. I'm gonna be rude to you about this.
What's the bottom right corner of Bubble Mountain?
Nope, it wasn't that. You forgot something else.
What else did I forget?
Anyone? Zeb, you tell him.
So think about
Tower?
your first Norfair clear. What did you do?
I went to ice.
Yep.
High jump.
Yep. But what did you
do?
What did you not go to?
You've said it. Sorry, you've said it. It is Crumble Tower.
Oh, it's Crumble Tower. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was Crumble
Crumble
Tower.
Tower.
Wow.
Yeah, you missed Crumble
that
Tower.
explains it.
I know. Huge.
Didn't we
and we're
discuss
talking about
Crumble
it too.
Tower, Slow Guy?
Yeah, I skipped it.
Oh
We
my
talked about
God.
this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys basically had like the God route, except for that Slow Guy skipped that, and then it kind of like Slow Guy couldn't do everything.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is what it's like to be me, Slow Guy.
Yeah.
But I was saying before, was it a forget or was it just a calculated skip percent?
Nope, just skipped it. I haven't seen
okay.
a full rando in ages because we kept rolling major minor,
Like
and I'm going to blame that, even though I've been
and for sure
full rando the last couple days.
I blamed it on MM as well. Like it's such a muscle memory thing to save at Norfair and then check ice and then reset. But with the full, you got to continue down at the bottom if you want to check it all. But it's such a hard
if you're
one
going to
with
go
that.
to ice, you might as well do both. I mean, honestly. Ugh.
Yeah, I kind of like checking the crumble shaft and then ice, and then resetting if I want to.
I'll be honest. I felt really bad that I couldn't reverse Crumble Tower up to ice because I wanted to do that route, but then I was like, no, there's nothing I want left in the game, and I'm resetting from grapple to this save. So I don't have anywhere I can charge a spark reasonably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I had to
true.
go
The
forward.
reset was nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you didn't need anything.
Yeah, the reset was the right call. I was just like, man, I'm gonna get to reverse Crumble Tower, and it'll be fun, and we'll go up to ice, and it'll look all efficient and stuff. And
But
then I was like, but wait, I'm safe scumming this.
Oh man, I'm so upset I skipped that.
It's part of, like I don't want to focus on it too much at all. Slow. It's 100% why you want. No, I'm joking, but I'm joking. You can't focus on too much stuff because that just goes in. It's hard to say if it would have made the outcome. You can look and say, oh, if we did this, we could have done that differently. So without focusing on too much, you got to execute some pretty sick stuff. You did Suitless Lower Norfair, which was amazing.
It's the first time I've ever done that in a race.
I mean, you got to do that, so
GG.
it's GG. It was awesome. So
Yeah, I mean, your loadout made it pretty free, but it was still okay.
Thanks,
this
Zeb.
guy. Thanks, Zeb. What a jerk.
See, Nevdi, I understand how you get bullied all the time.
I can't
Yeah,
believe-
right?
He's like, just do this, just do this. I'm like, man, I can't. He's like, oh my god, do it.
Pretty
Do it or we
free,
lose.
dude.
When I was doing that suit with Lower Norfair, I went into worst room in the game, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just kill the. I think they're Fumes. I'll just kill it, and we're good." It turns out those ones are immune to supers for some reason.
Mhm.
What? So then I'm like, "Oh
You
crap!
always learn.
I
you
gotta
learn
kill
something
pirates
from
really
every
fast
rando.
and make room." And then Thor gave me an E-tank, and it didn't matter. Oh,
Where
also,
was ice or speed for slow?
yeah,
Both for a croc. You're a croc though.
Both.
okay.
Yeah.
I
P1
feel
ice
bad
and
about
speed,
missing
I
that.
think we're at P2 croc. So I
P2's game.
Yeah,
full
P's-
cleared the game accepting things behind left sandpit. So I didn't have plasma, precious missiles, space jump, and I think those are the only items I didn't see in I
Yeah,
guess
that
in
sounds
P2.
right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because they were
P2
behind
is a stacked
our
thing.
go mode P1 gravity, because I was really late to Meridia.
Yeah. You had to clear a lot. Like you had both speeds and ice for both players, and you had 3 of the suits. Player 2 had to get a lot of items this game, or that at least they had most of the items in it. Poor Derp and
Yeah.
Slow Guy just running around going, "What
Yeah.
do I do?"
Imagine
What do I
only
do?"
having one item in your game and skipping it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the only
No,
check.
because
The
Derp,
only check.
Derp got me my gravity. My
So,
gravity.
sorry.
Yeah, gravity.
Oh,
Wait,
did
was
he?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it
Was
was
that-
2
Oh,
for 2.
yeah,
Derp
yeah,
Gauntlet.
that,
Gravity's
that was
back
really
at
early. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Because
of
Derp
course.
got me gravity on my
Mm.
first loop of Bryn, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going retro up.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I was like really worried about my power bomb count, and got a couple pretty fortuitous packs, or one
Yeah,
really
I
fortuitous
think you
pack
had
that was going to work
15
out.
Before
Yeah,
you
I
decided
had
to do that, so
3
that-
though.
yeah,
I was looking at
Hmm.
3 out of Pink Bryn, and then there was one there, sort of right at the end that made it easy.
yeah. From my experience at full rando, once you get 3 power bomb packs, it becomes easy to do reverse meme route, but with only 2, you basically can't. So,
Yeah, and one's a disaster.
unless you have
for-
like bombs.
Yeah.
yeah,
One
Power
is
bombs
a
is something.
disaster.
yeah,
one's
one's
like-
terrible.
You can farm the zeros, get up through here, but you're also skipping stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
it just
really
feels
bad.
so bad. I'm not used to this full rando stuff. So watching these races, like I've done it before, but multi-world's confusing enough for me. Adding a full element to it, I still don't know what to do. Like I think I'm with you guys on the full clear mentality, but
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Especially
I think
with 2 players, there's just so many items that you need to get that makes like full clearing a lot more. I think a lot better than it would otherwise be.
I think I'm a little over-biased to full clearing, just philosophically as a player, because a lot of my full rando experience comes from SMZ3, where there's just so many hard gates in the Link to the Past side, that like if
that's
you
true.
skip the wrong item, there's no way around it.
Mm.
And there's a lot
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
Whereas in SM, it's like, oops, I skipped gravity. I guess I just better find that spring ball at some point.
hmm
And so like those things can work out. So I should probably be a little bit more lax. But then I was telling Derp I wanted to skip stuff, and he kept no-sirring me.
Well, my logic in full rando is just what you've told me, which is full clear. So it's
Yeah.
your fault. You
It's full
put
clear
this
because
on
it's
me.
SMZ3, and like
Yep.
if you skip your Canis Samaria, you might just never beat Misery Mire. But that doesn't exist in this game, so maybe we should skip more stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah, you could find some checks that are relevant to skip. Like X-ray is a really good one. Maybe some others. Again,
Yeah,
I
personally,
I don't know.
Crumble
I think
Tower.
get-
That's a good
getting-
one. That takes a while.
don't. Slow guy.
Getting Derp his space jump was pretty big.
Oh yeah, I got that as I was wall jumping up worst room in the game. So I just got to
Thanks.
jump right up.
Nice.
Yeah, personally, I like skipping items once I already have like most of the items, and like,
yeah, like
I can
once
kind of like
there's a
once I can
contingency
formulate a
for
plan.
like
Yep,
these three
exactly.
things are go mode.
hmm It's like
Yeah, it's interesting too with the whole in last place is what. So you go, okay, we have about the same to clear, but I'm so far ahead. I'll do full
Mhm.
clear, you skip. That's sort of the only variance that we kind of have. Oh, you're behind. Just beeline, and I'll hopefully get the percentages in my game. But Rando can always throw out. That's the wrong move. But you just got to play for percentages sometimes. So
Which,
Still don't know,
yes,
but yeah.
sort of how we ended up, honestly, where I was with Gravity in Meridia, and Derp was behind just doing the suitless stuff. And I was like, okay, well, it's on me to full clear, and he could just skip everything.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
finding his Gravity in the sand pit where he was like already kind of there. Well, then all of a sudden he's ahead of me by many minutes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because he has
Yeah, I
charge,
was curious,
plasma, X-ray, screw
Yeah.
attack.
I was
Like, he's-
curious if
he's
you
that
had
good.
done the sand pits the other way, where you had gone to both sand pits before going to Shack Tool.
Yeah, I
That
I
would've-
should have done
What I
left
told him
first.
to do.
Yeah, I
You
should
should've-
have
you
done
should've
left
made
first.
Yeah, just make Dirt full clear, suitless Meridia. Would have been great.
But I think
No,
that
no,
would have
I-
probably put you guys really close to each other.
Yeah, I
had
should have
done
done left, then reset, and then done right.
Oh,
in Shack
that.
Tool.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I'm thinking. Yeah.
As opposed to right to Shack. But like before I thought about it, I was just like quick dropping into right sand pit, and I was like, well, I guess we're doing Shack Tool before we do these other two things, and I
I'm
hope
here
it isn't
now.
costly.
Yeah. Shack Tool just feels so bad in full, but you got to do
Yeah.
it. You were getting
Yeah,
to
I
that
did it
point. There was
too,
nothing
and
left.
it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to
it
follow my
hurts.
gravity. I was like, oh, I'll follow my gravity because if they didn't get this gravity suit, that's going to be the lead. And there
Yeah,
was
and that
nothing.
was you were
Yes,
right. That
nothing
was the
there.
play to make. You got it so much earlier than Derp
Mhm.
did, so that was the play, but it just didn't work out.
Yep.
When did
It
you start
was-
thinking about Suitless War Warfare? Because I noticed that when you were in the wreck ship, you skipped an E-tank at right side super. So I think that you probably weren't thinking about it then. But were you thinking about it before that
I think
point?
the E-tank, was there an E-tank at right side super? I thought it was just
Yeah.
ammo.
I'm pretty sure it was an E-tank, and I noticed that you skipped it. So
Okay, well, there was an E-tank at Spooky Missiles that I skipped, then it killed Fantoon, and while I was fighting Fantoon, I thought, we're about to the point I'm going to have to do Suitless Lower Warfare. So
Okay.
I grabbed it on the way back
Yeah.
up.
we didn't notice
Oh
that you
my
went
God, that
and
makes
got it,
sense.
checked it the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
We thought
Well,
that you had just forgotten the item, like you did
I was-
with Crumble Shaft.
I was teasing you for doing that spooky missile after Fantoon, but now it makes sense. So please
Yeah,
ignore that.
I checked it before and I skipped it, thinking I already have 7 or 8 tanks or whatever, and I was like, I'm just going to skip it. And there was another one at Moat and another one up top that I could see after leaving the Moat. I was like, okay, you know what? At this point, I'm just going to gather E-tanks. We're probably going to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was the play. You had to do it at that point, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, how did you all like my 0 health pause to realize that I had a
I was
reserve
going
tank?
to
Yeah.
talk about
I
have to
actually
talk
called
about
that. I was all like, "Oh man, Small Guy needs to like turn this off of manual so you can crystal flash," and then you didn't. And I was like, "Oh god."
Oh no.
Yeah, I paused.
So
I
you
had
did-
0 health.
You realized that pretty quickly after that CF didn't go off. Did
Yeah.
you just like panic pause? Or did
Oh,
you
I-
know what was happening?
I smashed that button so hard.
It was 0-0 on the pause. It was
Mhm.
incredible.
I don't think
Oh
my
my
start
gosh.
I don't think my start button works anymore.
Oh god.
Did you save after Ridley?
I did not.
Okay, so you had to redo that.
Oh no.
Oh, man,
I
that was,
missed. I didn't comment on that. Far out.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I was like, well, I have a whole crystal flash left. We're fine. This is no big deal. I got into that little hole in 3 Musketeers room. Perfect. Laid the power bomb. Nothing happened. Oh, that was terrifying. And then I was thinking to myself, like, because I've never done that before. And I was like, can I just fill my health? Does this work? It should work. Oh, jeez.
But either way, well done. The win.
Yeah.
Well done on the race, regardless. It was, that was cool. We're not out of it yet. You know, upper bracket boys. You know, you're the big boys. You're going to keep playing regardless. You're the first to do it though, so we don't know who your opponents are. We can speculate and guess, but I don't want to do that because I'm involved in this.
I mean, I think both.
Potentially.
I think that's going to be a good matchup. I think both y'all's teams are great, so I'm looking forward to either.
Yeah. I think that's it's going to be good either way for you guys. It's pretty stacked tourney. Going into this, I didn't think it was going to be that much interest, but after the success of the last co-op rando we had, it's good to see that follow on to this, and there's a lot of big names, so it's going to be hard no matter what. And Slow Guy and Thor, you may have potential with Woody and Sarah, or your boy Mr. Fox. So there's interesting matchups everywhere. So
I
look forward
absolutely
to
want
all
to
of
play
them.
against Mr. Fox.
I know you do. Yeah.
That's exciting.
But
I'm
any
not too
other?
surprised to see interest. A while ago, me and AFS put together a 31 or 32 person multi-world. There's a lot of people who are interested in multi-worlds out there. I wasn't too shocked.
Mm.
And it went
I
off
guess I
without
was
a
on the
hitch, by the
fence.
way. No glitches, no problems. 30-some people. That was great.
Wow. That
Everyone
is-
finished.
What? I didn't know that. When was this? Why didn't you tell me? I wasn't in this.
Oh, we don't invite people like you.
Oh
No.
my!
You'd make us look
I think
bad.
that's reasonable. Well, I'm not sure that's the reason for it, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nah,
Any
no,
other closing words, guys? Or
just huge
I could
thanks.
talk forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so thanks for letting me bully you into commentating last minute, Nevd. I was pretty stoked that you did it, and I didn't even know Zeb was going to be on, so it's great
Well,
that y'all...
I was
I
about
made
to
him
go to
come.
bed, and I turned on like Twitch, and I saw, oh, there's a race going on. I saw Nevdi was commentating, and I posted in the chat, oh, Nevdi's commentating, and then Nevdi was all like, get in here. So like, okay.
It's my
Well-
first. I thought it was going to be easy. I always going on. I didn't point out anything. I didn't know what was going on. So I'll
Yeah,
hopefully get better at this in the future. But that was
No,
fun.
it's
I loved
okay.
it.
I appreciate you stepping up and doing it on like pretty short notice, where I was just like, hey, you want to talk about Super Metroid for an hour? So I'm really glad that we're able to get it sort of fully crewed, and huge thanks to Jestrozux for doing the tracking and everything.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys all deserve this one. You're great teams. You deserve to comms and everything. So more than happy to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Big GGs to Thorneto and Slow Guy, and good luck to them against whoever they're playing next. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, GG.
GG. Cool. I guess that's it. We'll wrap it up. I don't think we've got a tournament or a match for a while. Oh no, wait, we
I
do.
think there's one at like 9 a.m., man.
There is. Oh, what time is that? 9, 10? That's midnight for me. I might be here for that.
9
but I'll-
a.m.
That's
Here on
hours.
SpeedGaming
in
too,
5
actually.
hours. In 5 hours, 40 minutes. Or 20
Expect
minutes.
us all to be awake for it, of course.
Everyone, stay up.
Mhm.
Don't go to bed. Stay up. 9 a.m. all nighter.
Whatever. I
Just
got a
refresh
16-hour
and
shift
watch
tomorrow.
ads.
I think Nevdi will probably be up for that.
I
Maybe
actually
not for the
will,
whole
yeah.
race. But
I'll fall asleep like an old man halfway through.
I'll set an alarm and try to wake up and catch some of it,
I will probably not do that.
because that is it's Eden and Source versus Nobly and Obscure, and that should be a fun one.
okay. Yeah. That'll be an interesting one for sure.
I think that's our first elimination match, actually.
It is, yeah. The
So,
losers bracket.
Someone
as they
goes
call it.
home. Someone gets the sweet release from the Multiworld tournament.
Freedom. It's always a funny experience. Yeah, isn't it? Like, okay, freedom. I can do something else. But
Yeah, I got knocked out of a tournament last night, and I was just like, I'm real glad that's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do anything other than randomizer, so when I get knocked out, I'm just sad.
this is what you live for. This is it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love these. These are great. So thanks to everyone for that. Zeb, I've been talking a lot. You can close it out if you like.
Sure. Thank you again to Maniacal, Derp, Slow Guy, and Thorneto for racing. Thank you to our tracker. Who was our tracker today? It was Jestrozux. Thank you very much for tracking. Thank you, Nevdi, for commentating along with me. And yeah, that'll do it for this race. Like we said, the next race will be at 9 a.m. Eastern, and we will see you guys later.